This video is titled, "This Changes Everything for the Warriors."
If you thought the Golden State Warriors couldn't look any better than they already did,
then you thought wrong. 13-1 by the time of recording this video.
With the addition of Jimmy Butler, they just added this guy to that team. But before we talk about Jonathan Kuminga or anyone else on this Warriors team, 4,000 three-pointers.
Curry hit the 4,000 threes. Like, come on, man. The greatest shooter of all time. Ain't nothing much to say, man.
Yep, Steph Curry just hit his 4,000th three-pointer. And whilst it wasn't his most productive game, like so often with Steph Curry, the box score does not tell the full story. Because 11 points and 5 assists doesn't show...
Yo, what's up with the Kings, though? I thought this was going to be a little bit more competitive, bro. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Valanciunas, all them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the defense that was being played on him. I mean, if you want to see how much the Kings were worried about...
Moody posted in the corner, bro. You another X Factor, bro. You are another X Factor.
Steph, look at him getting the ball on the baseline. And with pretty much no room to move, Valanciunas still feels the need to double him, which frees up Draymond under the rim, and Steph is always going to find him for that bucket. And that's the dangers of doubling Steph Curry. Sure, you can keep him from scoring 30 points, but you are giving up opportunities to every other player on the roster. And
you play with Curry, you getting free looks every time. Every time.
When you have the shooting of Quinton Post now, when Moses Moody is knocking down threes at will, and then Draymond Green and GP2 have turned into snipers, all of a sudden, sure, you can take away Steph Curry, but you are giving up wide open shots to everyone else. And those are the plays that ended in assists. How about the plays where Steph was doubled that didn't end in assists? Like on this play, which I just showed before, resulting in JK getting that dunk, where Steph gets doubled off the Gee screen, he gives it up to Dre, who gives it up to Gee, who then drops it off to JK. And this is all...
They playing with their mind. They don't even know what's going on. They don't even know what to do anymore. Defense
also an example of the development of a guy like Gee Santos. He gets the ball in the middle of the floor, and with the Kings helping over, look at the beautiful bounce pass to JK and that finish, by the way. Do you see how he was too far under the rim? So instead of adjusting before dunking, he decided, let me adjust my body whilst I'm in midair. Wouldn't it be nice to be able to fly like that? And what JK does for this team is he just adds more firepower to a team that has looked great offensively and great defensively ever since acquiring Jimmy Butler. But it's more than just him simply giving you 15 to 20 points a night, it's the lineup possibilities that you now have. What you guys would have noticed is the Warriors have been running a lot of lineups involving 4 starters. 4 starters not named Steph Curry, and having Steph in the other lineups because Steph is just that good. But when you have Jonathan Kuminga coming off the bench, and then the shooting of Buddy Hield, who isn't always shooting great, but at least he has the gravity, and then the hustle of Looney and Gee Santos, all of a sudden those bench lineups alongside Steph Curry actually have the right balance of shooting and defense, and then you have Jimmy Butler, Draymond, and Moody in another lineup with Brandon Podziemski still to come back. This is the key, and this is why the Warriors have been an elite team ever since trading for...
It's like the rookies elevated their game, now we starting to knock off these teams, bro. The rookies elevated to the sophomores. Now they juniors. Now they understand the game now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they understand what to do.
Jimmy, because regardless of the exact combinations, you have one of Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry on the floor at all times. And not just those two guys, but you have complementary pieces alongside them. And I already mentioned how Steph Curry creates open shots for his teammates. Well, Jimmy is exactly the same. There's a reason Steph and Jimmy combined for 17 points, but the Warriors scored 130. Wait, Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler combined for 17 points. That doesn't even sound right, but it's what happens when you have a good supporting cast and unselfish superstars. Just watch Jimmy here on the back down. 2 defenders go to him, so he swings it to Steph, and
you going double team Jimmy, but not
2 more
Steph?
defenders go to him, so he swings it to Moody, and well, it's money. How nice is it having 2 superstars that can draw 4 defenders in the span of 5 seconds and leave wide open a 40% 3-point shooter in the process? Or again on this play with Moody, where Ellis just creeps over enough, and Jimmy spots that immediately, throwing the pass back to Moses for the 3. And speaking of
everybody
3-point
working
shooting,
less,
how can I mention the Dubs win without mentioning Draymond Green? You know what was predictable? That over the last 2 games, the leading scorers for the Warriors...
See about Draymond, you feel what I'm saying? He got Jordan pulled up out of there, but, you know, he doing his job well.
This would be Gary Payton II and Draymond Green. That is not a lie. And just like Steph...
that is like his W-mans right there. Draymond is Steph's W-mans.
Dre has been re-energized with the addition of Jimmy Butler, and that has been very obvious on defense, with his playmaking, with his energy, but this game, well, Draymond decided Steph Curry might have made 4,000 threes, but I'm going to be the best shooter on the floor tonight, and that's exactly what he did, knocking down 4 3-pointers, and I don't think Draymond gets enough credit for his 3-point
when
shoot,
Draymond hitting threes,
shooting
bro,
in 2016,
raps.
but it's easy to forget that after 2016, Draymond really struggled shooting, in particular from 2019 to 2023, where he shot under 29% from 3 on just 2 attempts per game. The last 2 seasons, he's made an effort to work on that jump shot and to be more confident with that jump shot, and it's paid off, because he has shot 36% from 3 on just under 3 attempts per game the last 2 years. And whilst he's clearly not a sniper, I don't know about you guys, but I feel confident when Draymond takes a shot. There's a level of confidence.
I mean, if he wide open, then it's better. But if he's contested,
that he now has, and I think that has spread to everyone watching, and I'm sure everyone playing with him. Even to the point where a few games ago against the Pistons, it wasn't Steph Curry or Jimmy Butler who hit the dagger, it was Draymond Green. And in this game, the Kings' game plan was centered around making guys like GP2 and Draymond beat them. Well, they did exactly that. And you also got contributions from the likes of Quinton Post, whose shooting was so difficult for Jonas Valanciunas to guard that he became unplayable, with the Kings choosing to go small. And when they went small, well, the likes of Jonathan Kuminga was able to get to the rim at will. And now the Warriors actually have versatility in their lineups. They have answers. If the Kings want to go big, they can stretch the floor with Quinton Post and force Valanciunas into positions he's not comfortable with. If they want to go small, you have the likes of Jimmy Butler and Jonathan Kuminga that can get to the rim and get to the free throw line consistently with, or particularly without, a rim protector. And no longer can teams just decide, we're going to put one player on Steph Curry the entire game, which is what the Kings did with Keegan Murray, and double team him pretty much every time he gets the ball, and just expect that everyone else on the Warriors is going to crumble. That is not the case. This is a new look Warriors with a new level of confidence, with a new level of skill, with a new level of chemistry, and overall, you can't get away with just selling out on Steph Curry, unless you want to give up 130 points and win and say, well, we kept Steph Curry to 11 points. You can always do that, but that's not really a great strategy. Now, there is one other player that I'd like to give credit to, Buddy Hield. And I know Buddy is a frustrating player for a lot of fans, because the best version of...
for the right reason. Roller coaster, man.
Buddy, and the worst version of Buddy is unlike any other player on the roster. It's the reason you always hear the broadcast talk about the Warriors' record when Buddy scores 15
Those jerseys
points.
are
Because when
hard.
Buddy is playing at his best, this team is almost unstoppable, particularly now with Jimmy, with the way Dre is playing, and of course Steph Curry. When Buddy Hield is giving you that elite shooting, how are you supposed to guard all of these players at once?
Dang, bro.
You just simply can't. Hence the record when he is playing well. But it's fair to say it's been a pretty inconsistent season for Buddy. But when he does play well like he did against the Kings, you see how great this team is. Now, if you did make it all the way to the end of the video and want to see more content like this, consider subscribing, dropping a like on the video.
The non-Steph minutes, it don't really have no effect because everybody balling, they doing what they supposed to do. And yeah, don't hop on the bandwagon now. What I'm just saying, before it's too late, because we making it deep in the playoffs.